PRC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
This is the afternoon Weather Extreme video. This is for Thursday, the 4th of September. James Spann here in the ABC 3340 Weather Center. Eyes on the tropics. Let's get right to it. A lot to talk about today. First off, around Alabama from the Skycam network, there's a view at Gulf Shores. Weather and the surf getting back to normal after the blow from Hurricane Gustav earlier this week. Sky down there still mostly cloudy. Up this way, some breaks in the cloud cover. That's a look at our Chehaw Skycam. Beautiful shot in Alabama's highest mountain there, 2,407 feet. A partly sunny sky. And up the road a bit in Gadsden, off in the distance you can see the mighty Coosa River. And again, the sky there mostly cloudy, but enough breaks in the cloud cover for the sun to peek out at times. Gustav being sheared out, lifting north. You can see now a comma-shaped cloud is becoming hybrid, and the extending lobe down into Mississippi and Louisiana will be drifting into Alabama the next 24 to 36 hours, which means we'll mention a chance of showers. I don't think the rain will be especially heavy and not really enough to cause any major problems. Just keep in mind some raindrops possible at times through Saturday. And, of course, down there in the lower right, that is Hannah. Quick peek at the radar. Really not much out there today. Got a few showers in West Alabama and East Mississippi, but not a whole lot going on. That's at 1:18 this afternoon. Convective outlook for the rest of the day. Got a slight risk of severe weather for parts of Illinois and Indiana. And, yep, that's still from Gustav. The thing's still alive and kicking all these days later. And tomorrow, a slight risk over the panhandles of Texas and Oklahoma and on the East Coast. That's because of Hannah coming up from the south and east. And we'll see how that all plays out. The QPF graphic, again, you can clearly see the defined rain swaths from Gustav and Hannah. The Gustav rain is from St. Louis up to the UP of Michigan. And the Hannah rain is from the coast of the Carolinas north all the way to Kennebunkport, Maine. And in between here, we'll have a little bit of rain, but I don't think we'll get a whole lot. Just a few showers today, tomorrow, and Saturday. Tropics, we've got them out there. In fact, 4 systems identified, 3 organized tropical systems, 1 suspect area. We'll take a look at the organized systems. First off, Hannah over the Bahamas. The maximum sustained winds are 65 miles per hour. Still having a hard time getting its act together. Modeling shifting a little to the right. Note we've got the agreement of the models kind of taking it up toward the Carolina coast now, the North Carolina coast, really kind of leaving South Carolina and Georgia on the dry side away from everything. It'll be a pretty rough ride from the Wilmington area on up through Chesapeake Bay and ultimately Long Island and Cape Cod with maybe enough wind for some power outages there. The official track from the Hurricane Center shifting a little to the right. It's got it coming in as a minimal hurricane late Friday night, late tomorrow night around Wilmington, and then cutting up toward Cape Cod by Sunday morning. And again, this will not be some kind of major historic storm. It'll be a minimal hurricane or a tropical storm, and the main issue, I think, will be enough wind there for downed trees and power lines. Flooding, probably not a big issue because it'll be moving pretty fast. Hey, Ike looking good. Ike strengthening last night to a major hurricane. The sustained winds on the estimates down a little bit to 140 miles an hour. Still, that's a Category 4. Modeling in very good agreement. Most all the models want to take it to the Bahamas and then begin the north turn a little before Florida. Odds of this being a Gulf storm are quite small. The official track from the Hurricane Center is in good agreement. It's got as a major hurricane coming right up through the Bahamas early next week. Really Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and that could be very problematic for Nassau and Freeport. And obviously, if you're in Miami, that's got to make you a little nervous, and I'll show you something to really make you nervous. How about the European next week? This is suggesting that Ike is going to come up and literally hug the east coast of Florida. That's Wednesday evening of next week at 7 o'clock, and it's got the thing as a major hurricane near Daytona Beach. Really, the European takes it up to Miami and just moves it right up the Florida East Coast. Now, the GFS offers a different solution you'll see here in just a moment. But quickly, Josephine out there in the eastern Atlantic. Again, kind of having a hard time. The modeling in pretty good agreement, and the track agrees with the models. Takes it towards the west-northwest, and still way out there Tuesday morning of next week. And all along, it's got it as a tropical storm. The winds are not especially favorable, and the water is a little cooler because of some upwelling out there from Ike. And again, we'll have plenty of time to watch that. Now let's look at the GFS. This is the 12Z run, valid at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock Friday. This is at 500 millibars, about 18,000 feet off the ground. Got a broad trough over the nation's midsection. That's pushed Gustav on up into Canada tomorrow. And down below that, we've got Hannah that is well to the east of Jacksonville. And around here, that little moisture lobe extending from the old Gustav, kind of passing through. So again, we'll probably see a few showers tomorrow. Wouldn't call it a rainy day, but you might need your umbrella at times. Saturday, that moisture axis begins to move on to the east. It really looks like the better chance of a shower Saturday could be over the far eastern side of the state. Hannah on Saturday at midday will be pretty close to Chesapeake Bay. And then Sunday, Hannah is moving up into the Canadian Maritimes, and we go bone dry here. And here comes Ike down there in the lower right. Monday, our weather stays dry. Ike coming up on the Bahamas. Tuesday, Ike getting awfully close to Miami. And that could be a pretty formidable hurricane at that point. Let's go to Wednesday of next week. Ike begins the north turn. The GFS keeps it just off the coast, but it's a lot closer than it was on the morning run we showed you. And again, we stay dry Wednesday. Thursday, we stay dry. The idea of a rain event toward the end of next week is diminishing. That big high nosing down from New England. And again, that should kind of steer Ike to the north if this is right. And then Friday, the 12th, a week from tomorrow, Ike begins to move away from the coastline. And here comes a strong front coming at us from the northwest with very chilly air behind that. So again, the GFS continues the idea of leaving Ike a little east of the U.S. coast. Here's a look at the 13th. Nice trough beginning to deepen across the country. Westerlies diving to the south. And at the surface, again on the 13th, that's Saturday the 13th, a week from this Saturday, Ike, east of North Carolina, got a cold front coming in here. And just maybe after that, we'll see some nice, refreshing, cool air. Wouldn't that be good? And then at the end of the forecast period, the 20th of September, nice vortex just north of Michigan. At the surface, a cold front below that. And again, trying to be specific, just hard to do as we always talk about. We're just looking for trends out there. We're just peeking. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this afternoon. We'll have notes on our blog, alabamawx.com. Next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And, of course, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Again, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful evening, and God bless.